Hello guys, today I am going to explain you COPD, that is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So basically COPD consists of two main diseases, that is chronic bronchitis and emphysema. Well, all of you know that in chronic bronchitis there is hypersecretion of mucus. And in emphysema there is tissue destruction, or you can say there is parenchymal destruction. Well, in COPD there is series of event or series of pathological changes occur in lung which results in either increase in resistance of the airflow in the lung, increased compliance of lung, that is ability of lung to expand and stretch, or progressive airflow destruction. All of these features will land up into COPD. Next, the point that you should keep in mind that in COPD there is impairment in the defense mechanism, impairment in the repair mechanism, and protective response is also impaired in COPD. Look, defense mechanism that limits such destruction is impaired in COPD. Repair mechanism, that is ability of lung to repair its own cell, is also impaired in COPD, and protective response to inhale toxin is amplified in COPD. Next, that in COPD there is imbalance between oxidant and antioxidant activity, and there is also imbalance between protease and antiprotease activity. Look, this is the key point, that there is in COPD there is imbalance between oxidant and antioxidant activity, and there is imbalance between protease and antiprotease activity. Now we will see actual pathogenesis of COPD. Well, there are a number of mechanisms which will cause COPD. Here, first we take inflammatory mechanism or inflammation. So, etiological factors such as cigarette smoke, or person who lived in industrial area, or occupational exposure, all of these triggering factor will cause lung inflammation. Well, in COPD, lung inflammation is mostly neutrophilic in nature. The lung inflammation, it activates inflammatory cells. Such as neutrophils, macrophages, and CD8 plus T lymphocytes. Look, lung inflammation, it activates inflammatory cells, most of which are neutrophils. That's why lung inflammation is called as neutrophilic in nature. Other cells is also activated such as macrophages, CD8 plus T lymphocyte. It will cause release of inflammatory mediators such as leukotriene B4, chemotactic factor interleukin 8, which is released by macrophages, and TNF alpha. Well, this mediator will lead to consequences such as metaplasia of epithelium of lung. Second, it will cause parenchymal destruction. Also, there is presence of inflammatory exudate. All of these consequences will lead to increase in size and number of goblet cell and mucus gland, which will lead to the hypersecretion of mucus. Also, these consequences will lead to the impairment in the activity of ciliary muscles. Next mechanism is oxidative stress. Oxidative stress. Well, now point is, what is oxidative stress? It is the condition in which there is imbalance between the production of free radical and ability of our body to counteract or detoxify their harmful effect. So, due to cigarette smoking, there is increase in oxidative stress in the lung. That is, there is increase in the activity of oxidants, which will react and damage proteins and lipids. Proteins and lipids, which will lead to tissue and cell destruction. Tissue and cell destruction. So, this oxidative stress which is present in lung, it react with our proteins and lipids, and it will lead to tissue and cell destruction. Further, this oxidative stress also promote inflammation. So, third mechanism is alpha-1 antitrypsin. In some patients, there is absolute deficiency of this enzyme, which is called as genetic disorder. Main role of this enzyme is to protect our lung from protease activity, but due to the presence of lung inflammation, or you can say the person who smoke, or due to the presence of oxidative stress. Due to the presence of oxidative stress, all of these activity will trigger or will activate inflammatory cell to release protease or to activate protease and to inhibit anti-protease activity. Protease such as cathepsins, metalloproteinase and elastase, and anti-protease, that is alpha-1 antitrypsin. So, in COPD, or you can say due to the activation of inflammatory cell, there is increased production of protease and there is inactivation of anti-protease activity. Due to that, protease such as elastase, it will attack on elastin, which is major component of our alveolar wall. But due to the inhibition of elastin, the normal recoiling mechanism is impaired. Also, this protease will cause increase in mucus production, or you can say there is hypersecretion of mucus. Also, it can injure our alveolar cell. Hope you guys understand this concept. This is all about pathogenesis of COPD. Thank you.